feeling like I'm Akademiks. Can't run away.
It's all good. All right. Let me hit a few quick topics really quickly. And first and foremost, let me respond to this. So Charlamagne responded to my comments on Brilliant Idiots.
Options at blue just because I have.
By the way, my comments were this, if you guys don't remember. My comments was, check this out. Charlamagne is one of the most talented people who have ever been a broadcaster, especially that came and originated from hip-hop and black culture, period. That is not to be debated. I am not saying anything in addition to that to be a slight. I give this guy's props. Y'all know, despite, if y'all think we have whatever going on or we don't see eye to eye, I will never, and I've always had the utmost respect for him. Now, with that, and one of the reasons I have the utmost respect for him, even when some people feel like, or have even said I'm like almost blinded by how much I look up to him, is because for me to get to where I'm at, I've always studied the ones that came before. I've always studied the people that held the position that I've always wanted to be in the class of. So it not only started with Charlamagne, it started with Star. It was people like even Wendy Williams, even though you might say she wasn't a commentator or broadcaster that focused on hip hop. What she did and the show she had and the audience she brought was so invaluable. If without her, we don't even get a Charlamagne, okay? What she did and how impactful she was on the game, it put her in rarefied air. Her career moves, even though in latter years, we have seen that, there's health issues, and God bless her, and I wish the most for her. I've never met her, never talked to her, but you have to appreciate the lineage of where this comes from, right? If it wasn't for her, we don't get a Charlamagne. If it wasn't for someone like Star, you don't have a Charlamagne-esque personality in New York holding it down. Shit, even the Miss Jones of the world. There's a lot of people. Shit, Ed Lover. There's so many greats. And obviously, if you think about it, Charlamagne, like his people, he looks up to Tom Joyner, Petey Green, all of those people as well. The conversation that I had on Flagrant was not to sneak this or nothing. It was just to, for me, factually put things into place. Charlamagne, tremendous talent, but there are other people as well. Naming Howard Stern, Wendy Williams. Great, like amazing, talented people. That's not a knock to Charlamagne. That's like saying, yo, LeBron is great, but we also have Kareem Abdul-Jabbar and we have Kobe Bryant. It's not knocking LeBron. It's just saying that there are other people who were before that have also done phenomenal things. Now, specifically when challenging Andrew Schulz, who made the assertion that Charlamagne is the greatest person to ever do radio, that's where I was like, okay, hold on now. Like, again, I don't think, first of all, I think this is a multi-variable discussion. This ain't like, say, even there is no Michael Jordan of radio. And if there was going to be a Michael Jordan of radio, and when I mean Michael Jordan, someone who most people accept as the number one radio host of all time, I do believe that Howard Stern probably fits that bill, if it's going to be that. But as I said, in trying to distinguish, and again, it's going to sound like hate and it's not, but it's not. When trying to distinguish, and I keep using basketball references because all of the people I'm mentioning are some of the best ever, right? How do you distinguish between Kareem Abdul-Jabbar and LeBron James, or Michael Jordan and LeBron James? Someone might say, Michael Jordan has 6 championships, went there 6 times, never lost. LeBron, as great as he is, has lost a few times. This is why we're giving him the notch, right? What I said was the difference in that rarefied air of some of the greatest ever, which Charlamagne is in, is that Howard Stern and Wendy Williams have successfully moved their audience from their initial platform to another platform, okay? Terrestrial radio, which is AM and FM, to Sirius Radio, which, by the way, helped build Sirius and satellite radio infrastructure and its market share. That was huge. When Howard Stern did there, unprecedented. I don't think anyone has been able to move an audience to affect the bottom line since Howard Stern, other than Joe Rogan. By the way, none of these comments that I have said about this is in any way, shape, or form to pat myself on the back or to put me somewhere where listen, I'm just a student of the game, right? So other than Howard Stern, who he moved this shit from FM and AM radio to satellite, which, by the way, this is while, Sirius specifically, they were in competition with another company at first, and then they were, before they got the contracts to be in every new car and all that type of stuff, they needed people. Howard Stern came with like millions of people. Millions. That mattered. Wendy Williams, which, by the way, also, as much as I love Wendy, Wendy's not on the same space as Howard. Let's get serious. By the way, Howard Stern's show was so great, they turned his radio show into a TV show. That's another thing. But let's then put Wendy Williams on the table. Wendy Williams, her success is one to be studied, especially among black people in black culture, because what she did with her segment or her show at WBLS, not only did it shake the entire hip-hop culture, right? She not only predicted everything that's pretty much going on now, she called out Diddy way before all this shit happened. She even lost her job before. She basically was a pioneer of really getting into the shit. Not only was she an amazing broadcaster, hard worker, when she decided to leave radio, I mean, let's be very honest, WBLS was a shell of itself. She was the only thing carrying that station on her back. Matter of fact, in the latter years of her being on that goddamn station, it was only known for her. So she left, and then she went to daytime TV. By the way, she had like another show right before that. I think she tried to bring Charlamagne on that show real quick, and then she went to daytime TV. And, we could talk about ratings A, B, C, or whatever the case is. Her audience, and I'm telling you, her audience is much more diverse than hip-hop audience. You know why? Because, she's someone that my mama watches. She's someone that your aunt watches. And also, what people keep thinking about hip-hop commentary is not as big as you think it is. I'm telling you this. I use the example of the Shade Room. The Shade Room has 5 times more followers than the leading hip-hop blog. It goes to show that the audience and marketplace for salacious female-like gossip, for that type of content, is way bigger, way larger. Obviously larger, I shouldn't say way larger, just larger. And it is seen because those type of things are supported in their efforts to go to TV. Like, for example, Charlamagne is now going to TV. He's not doing hip-hop. He did on Common Sense for a bit. He's now going politics. He's not keeping it hip-hop. Let's be very clear. He's going elsewhere. Wendy Williams didn't go elsewhere. Wendy Williams stayed in her bag talking about gossip and female news and went to TV and did the same. That's a fact. Wendy just did what she's doing. But here, and by the way, I'm not knocking Charlamagne because that is the fact about hip-hop. Hip-hop just isn't that big. So if Charlamagne wants to be a very successful, there's no hip-hop nightly show that's popping. Come on. And it's because hip-hop or music conversation is still growing. We haven't gotten there yet. The biggest podcast in the world is Joe Rogan's podcast, and he does a little bit of everything. He hits the conspiracy theory bag. He hits the sports bag, UFC, football. He's hitting the things that most of middle white America fuck with. Hits politics. He hits everything. That's why his audience, there is almost no cap. I've always told people, I felt like even when I got to Everyday Struggle, I felt I was hitting my head on the ceiling. You know why? To me personally, in the last 6 years, and we're now in going to 2024. Since 2018, actually, let me not say that. Since 2020, if you're in hip hop or you care about hip hop and you're passionate about hip hop, you've heard of the name Akademiks. Whether you've liked me or not, you've heard about me, which means I've already been exposed to pretty much the entire audience. So where's the level of growth? That's kind of also what I'm trying to bring into this conversation. So when we're talking about being able to move an audience and how valuable that audience is, completely different strokes. Look at daytime TV shows. The Real, The View. It's all based around female shit. That's why you got to give Wendy the GOAT. That's why Wendy's the GOAT. Now, here's the thing. Because audience is audience. My thing was if Charlamagne hasn't yet transferred the Breakfast Club, a large audience, to anywhere that is not them going to different avenues to view the same show. They go to YouTube to view the same show. And also, he didn't bring people to YouTube. YouTube became the platform that everybody went to. I kept telling you the story. I was trying to get to radio, going on YouTube, and it hit around like 2017. I said, why the fuck am I doing that when everybody on radio is trying to get popping on YouTube? Hot 97 was making their YouTube pages. They're trying to put out content all the time. You know how I got popular? I got popular because these radio niggas would, something happen now, they would go report it tomorrow. Act reported 10 minutes after on YouTube. So you know what started, and by the way, they would report it on radio tomorrow and they wouldn't put the video out till 2 days after that. So what happened is that the radio shows caught up. Oh shit, when we do report it, we got to put it out the same day on YouTube too. And even then they were slow. So when I'm saying about there's not one single person that brought radio to YouTube. It never happened. The fans went to YouTube. The fans chose that medium because, again, the majority of the audience are younger people. And listen, younger people, at least going up into the 2010s, wasn't driving around in cars. They got a goddamn phone, a goddamn computer, iPad, something of the sort, and they're watching YouTube. So I'm only talking about, can you move an audience? Have you done it? And how has it manifested? By the way, I'm saying this with even acknowledging that I don't think I've done that yet. Me going to Everyday Struggle and y'all watching Everyday Struggle doesn't mean I moved an audience to Everyday Struggle. That I'm still on YouTube. It's like me doing a stream. Like, you don't see what I do these days? You know, after the Spotify, after I stopped doing the thing with Spotify, man, I put out podcasts when I want to. To me, this is all content. A stream, a guest appearance on somebody's shit, an interview, a podcast. I don't give two fucks. It's all content, right? And it doesn't matter if it's on King Akademiks, the Academy channel, if it's on Eclipse channel, if it's on motherfucking my main YouTube channel. I know YouTube is my home. So like another YouTube channel to me isn't doing shit, right? Now, if I could bring y'all and I could say, yo, just like, for example, Beyonce and them, they get people to go to their concerts. You know what she just did? Yo, I got a movie that I did about my life or my shows or whatever. Go watch that in theaters. That's what I call moving an audience. So again, I think I've eloquently stated my point. I stated already on Flagrant 2, which, by the way, also I have tremendous respect for Andrew Schulz because Andrew Schulz is very humble. He knows Charlamagne has been so pivotal in his career that you can't even expect an objective conversation about Charlamagne because it would seem disrespectful. You get what I mean? Like, it would seem like you're ungrateful, even in saying, okay, you're right about that, which, by the way, I'm still saying none of these things are disses to him. Like, the nigga's still the fucking GOAT, right? I'll play it now.
Options at bluechew.com. Chew it and do it. Let's get back to the show. Alex Media. Alex, y'all had Akademiks on Flagrant 2.
Yeah. Did you hear it?
Alex wanted me to talk about this. He wanted me to talk about Elliott Wilson.
Why are you fronting?
I gave him what he wanted.
It's crazy.
I give you what you want, Alex.
So we didn't speak about it and say you had some choice
We
words?
did. I mean, I had some thoughts.
All right. What are your thoughts? I'm curious just to hear what...
About what, though? About what part in particular?
Not just in general, because you came up during the interview.
I'm honestly just happy to be in the conversation, meaning that, first of all, always salute my guys, salute to you, salute Schulz, Akash, Mark, everybody for holding it down for me, but you can only hold it down with facts, which you did.
Yeah.
But I would say that I'm just happy to be in the conversation. You'll never hear me say I'm the greatest anything of all time, and you'll never hear me say I'm the greatest radio personality of all time just because I have too much respect for the OGs that came before me, and I genuinely don't feel like that. I'm just happy to have put in the kind of work and, created the kind of content that has me in the conversation. If you ask me who my favorite radio personalities of all time are, I'm going to tell you Petey Green. I've always told y'all that. Y'all should go watch his movie, Talk to Me. Because, I heard Akash say that Howard Stern had a New York Times best-selling book, and then it turned into a movie. What other radio personality had that? P.D. Green. And it's a fantastic book, fantastic movie. Talk to Me. It stars Don Cheadle as P.D. Green. Taraji P. Henson is in it. It's a great movie, and you'll see why I say P.D. Green is my favorite radio personality of all time. P.D. Green also had a cable access.
By the way, it's very interesting to acknowledge that what Charlamagne is talking about is favorite, not the most successful or even quantifying with any tangible numbers, maybe saying the best, right? Like, we're trying to talk in facts and what could be backed up. You know what I mean? Like, P.D. Green's success compared to Howard Stern's success is not even like a thing, right? It's like not even comparable. Anybody could, like, Rosenberg, Peter Rosenberg could be your favorite radio personality of all time. Like, nobody cares. It's like, yo, who did the most? Like, who hit 70 home runs? Who won most championships? That's what is kind of tangible, right?
Show, if I'm not mistaken, the first time Howard Stern was ever on TV, it was on, P.D. Green's show. My other favorite radio personality of all time, Howard Stern. It's not even close. So for me, it's P.D. Green, Howard Stern, Wendy Williams. Wendy Williams was one of my favorite radio personalities before, her and her husband scooped me up from South Carolina and had me as her co-host. So other than that, I got to say Tom Joyner. People don't talk about Tom Joyner the way that they should, but when it comes to being a public service, P.D. Green, Tom Joyner, the best of the best. But P.D. Green was also what some would consider a shock jock. You know what I mean? Even though I feel the things he was saying, weren't shocking. He was just speaking the truth. And then I put Angie Martinez.
Well done.
So that's mine. Those are my personal all-time favorite radio, personalities.
Can we get more context to what was said on the pod? I'm sorry, because I want to know.
Who?
No, we're talking about Howard Stern, Wendy, and Charlamagne.
No, he said someone came on my show and said...
Oh, he was saying how people try to do that with shows, but if y'all know me, I love throwing assists. Like Andrew Schulz, I knew who Andrew was 10 years ago. We've been doing Brilliant Idiots for 10 years.
By the way, I think this is the best and the most admirable thing about Charlamagne is that he's always, to me, came off as the most genuinely happy person for someone else's success that he's helped along their journey. Like Andrew Schulz, like, bro, there ain't a motherfucker who I've seen prouder than a nigga who, there's times that early Brilliant Idiots, they used to be like, yo, why the fuck does Charlamagne, this infamous radio host that we all love, keep being with this white guy? And he's believed in him. Obviously, I was never on that train. I kind of knew nigga was super talented. It's just that I think people were so politicized. He used to get these little weird names like alt-right Andy because like people used to just focus on maybe some of his takes that seemed to be drifting in whatever. At that time, you had to be like super Democrat, right? So it's like, yo, everybody was like alt-right, like they care. Like the nigga was funny. He's cracking jokes and he's trying to make his logic, whatever the case is. People ignored him then. Now the dude got one of the biggest audience, like if you ask me, in comedy. And yeah, Charlamagne is a very happy person for him. And I'm gonna be honest with you, in what we've seen in rap a lot, niggas is usually jealous. Like, yo, they usually say don't sign to another artist because the artist gonna be like, yeah, I want that nigga to get big, but not bigger than me, right? So yeah, I agree with Charlamagne on this.
Years. You know what I'm saying? I knew who Andrew Schulz was 10 years ago when Chris Moreau, who's sitting right there, came to me and told me I need to start a podcast. And I told Chris why I do morning radio. Why would I want to start a podcast? He was like, man, you need to get in on podcasting. Podcasting is going to be the future. He was absolutely right. I'm glad I listened to him. Andrew Schulz was who I knew I wanted to start a podcast with. Like, Duval is all the way in Atlanta. Andrew right here in New York. I'm like, we have great conversations. He's funny as fuck, smart as fuck. Andrew was doing exactly what I knew he would be doing 10 years ago.
By the way, the origin of that was, I think Joe Budden had said something about, Charlamagne has now become the B-mic on his podcast and basically saying he's now Andrew Schultz's sidekick, right? Which, that might infuriate an egotistical motherfucker who might be like, yo, I put that nigga on, I'm the star. But, Charlamagne has proven here, and by the way, I don't think he's ever shown any type of hint of, discomfort or, oh shit, I'm competing with you, Schulz. It's always like, yo, Schulz, you're killing it, and I'm going on my own journey.
Y'all just catching up to the greatness of Andrew Schulz. So
can I tell another piece of that story?
Sure.
So you were like, check out Schulz. I went to see him. It was at a bar. It was like the New York Comedy Festival. And he was on a panel with another famous personality, I won't say who, and Schulz killed it. He was easily the dominant voice, the funniest, everything. And I was like, yo, this dude's fucking insane. He's incredible. And so afterwards, I think you had told him I was coming. I grabbed him. I went to the bar with him. I was like, look, we want to do a podcast. You want to do it with Char? And he's like, yeah, fuck it, let's go. That was it.
Wow.
There were other people that we were thinking about that when I approached them, well, why would we want to do that? Can we talk about, fuck it, let's do it. It was a 2-second conversation. And people get lost about that.
And listen, I hope that everybody that's around me in some way, shape, or form, from the Nylas to the Schultzes to whoever it may be, I hope that y'all all at some point look at me and say, he's the lackey. That's how big I want every...
I also think Charlamagne is so humble and humble about this critique because honestly, if Charlamagne was on like that 2012, 2013 Charlamagne shit, bro, like as funny as Schulz is, this nigga was hot take after hot take, joke after joke. Like he was just the nigga. So like, and I know, and I always wonder, I'm like, yo, he sits back and take these like critics. I ain't gonna lie to y'all. If y'all told me I fell off like 3 times, nigga, I'm coming in here with, nigga, fuck everything, nigga. I'm going for it. Like, that Charlamagne is still in there, bruh. But I think he's just like, he's past that on a developmental level. And he don't give a fuck about people saying that because that's just not where he's trying to appeal to. And he know how easy he could tap into that, right? So jealousy, no matter what angle you hit him with, whether you say, oh, you fell off, it ain't going to affect him. Oh, you got to be jealous because your man's blah, blah, blah. It ain't going to work.
Single one of y'all to get.
But
that's the point.
I love what
But you don't understand that if you're not a person who don't throw assists. You don't understand that if you're not a person.
Also, hot take. You see, everybody's acting like Schulz just changed. Schulz was always like this. And this is what I've learned about content too. Sometimes, sometimes in content, it's a seesaw, right? When Charlamagne was wilding, right? Like that nigga was wilding on the pod, right? Schulz, you were unable to see some of the greatness in Schulz because Charlamagne was on 10 so much. Now Charlamagne has calmed it down a bit, or, been a little more selective in, you might say PC, whatever the case is. It's allowed Schulz to look like he's going crazy. You know what I mean? So this could look very different if Charlamagne was just kind of going crazy still, but
Who, when you build things, you're only thinking of yourself. What do I always tell y'all? If what you build only benefits you, it's not big enough. Yeah. Period.
You say that, and also what you recently said to me is like, well, what's your intent behind it? And
that's right.
Like, damn. So that is now like my word for 2024. One of them is intent. Everything has to be like intentional. Mm-hmm. But what Schulz said with like you being the greatest, I don't think it's something that could be like self-proclaimed. Like you have to let others give.
I would never say that. Yeah, so you got to.
That's why like my nickname for you is See the Goat. I feel like you should change your name from See the God to See the Goat because I feel like you're a goat to me as well. But yeah, it would be lame of you to be like, yo, I'm the greatest personality. Because then you look silly. Then you look like them.
You look dumb. You just do the work. Put your head down and do the work. I will. One other thing Ak said that was interesting. Ak was saying, because he kept referencing television.
Yeah.
And he was saying that, Wendy Williams was able to take her radio audience to TV, and Howard was able to take his radio audience to Sirius. I mean, which makes sense because Howard Stern took his radio show to a radio station, a radio platform. It just happened to be a radio platform that was satellite radio. So yeah, people would follow him. I think people use their voices in different ways. You know, if your thing is television, if you want to say, hey man, people don't follow Charlamagne from radio to TV, it might be some truth to that.
I think it's different demos though, because
it definitely is.
I've been with you on all your platforms, and it's a different demographic every time. Like, your late night show demo is different than your Breakfast Club
Absolutely.
demo. Hell, your Brilliant Idiots demo is completely different than both of those demos, so I don't even think that's a fair statement.
Absolutely.
And even as a content creator, my YouTube demo is completely different from my Instagram demo, which is completely different to the people who listen to me on Sunday night. Like, so that's not true.
What y'all was saying was absolutely true, but I would correct y'all on one thing. Breakfast Club didn't start on YouTube. Breakfast Club started on power1051fm.com. Mm-hmm. So people had to go to power1051fm.com to get that content. All of those early interviews that people love, like the first Kanye interview, the Dame Dash interview.
Yo, Carl, you you hell nigga.
Anything prior to 2016, Breakfast Club didn't get on YouTube till 2016. So from 2010 to 2016, all of that Breakfast Club content was on the .com. So people had to go to the .com to actually watch the interviews. And it's, yo, Andrew or somebody said it. It's like, yo, say what you want about Breakfast Club when it comes to hip hop media and taking that content and being consistent and putting it out every single day. We were 100% doing that.
And I think we made that point of saying you took terrestrial radio to the internet, which I didn't see any.
Yeah, I can't even have an opinion really on this conversation because I think everybody involved here, like Charlamagne has provided so much opportunity for them, it would be blasphemous for them to even like for them to say anything but that. Like, it would be completely blasphemous, right? Like, you know what I mean? You don't have Alex, who's built his business in production and making studios for podcasting, if Brilliant Idiots doesn't happen to be a success, right? You don't have this girl who's next to Charlamagne if Charlamagne doesn't say, hey, this is someone who I fuck with and I want to put on air, right? Like, come on now. So, you know, that doesn't make sense. By the way, hold on. I actually wanted to see, I didn't watch my whole episode. Flagrant 2. Is there a timestamp for this?
Are we...
Let me see. Wait. Hey, chat. Did chat on this Flagrant episode, do y'all know which part we were talking about? There's a part on here we were talking about, like, writing for comedians. Do you know where it was? Huh? This is if you watched it. It's... Y'all don't remember? Oh, the Charleston White thing? All right, let me see.
Like, that was a thing where it's like...
No. This is like some, like, especially the place I'm at now, you're not always said this. You can't...
yeah. What, you think...
Oh, it's not there? Oh. Okay. I mean, maybe they took it out. Was you didn't talk about it? Okay. Yeah, no. There was an interesting part, like very interesting. I thought it was in there. They didn't tell me. Well, oh shit. There was an interesting part of like that whole conversation, and I was hoping I wanted to see the reaction to that because that got a little bit dicey. No, there was like a slight portion where it wasn't even me. So I brought up, and I'll tell you, I don't think this is a big deal. I don't know why they cut it out, but I don't think it's a big deal. There's a portion of it that I said, yo, it's how incredibly hard and how I have this admiration for like so many great comedians, right? And I was just like, yo, for some of these guys to be at the top, I started talking about like people having writers, right? And I forgot this isn't a room of comedians. It kind of was like a taboo discussion, and everybody was like, "What are you talking about?" Like, right? And I'm like, "Come on, like, yo, you've heard like a few niggas accused like Dave Chappelle, not Dave Chappelle. I mean, Kevin Hart of having like writers and shit like that." And they were like, "Nah, we don't have no proof, blah blah." And then I said this. I said, honestly, I was like, even Schulz, I was like, I didn't know. I was like, I thought that like when y'all did stuff, it was a team of y'all creating. I didn't think it was just you, right? I've always felt with you as like a team, which he was like, nah, fuck no, it's just me. So he's like, yo, all his jokes, like he literally writes his damn self. And I was like, oh shit, I had no idea. Like I thought, cause that Mark dude, I gave him a compliment. I said, bro, you seem like a good writer. Like you know the great joke premise, but you need the other nigga to say it type shit. And it becomes an interesting moment where I'm prepared to be completely wrong in this room because I'm like, yo, I'm in a room of comedians who would know the business, know other people. These are actually their peers. And by the way, this is their art. And then Alex jumps in. Alex says something, but it was almost like it was like it's odd because let me see. I'm trying to explain it in a good way that y'all don't think it's something it's not. Okay, it's like if I go around Drake and I hear, maybe I shouldn't say this because like y'all gonna take it wrong. Yeah, I guess I started. All right, if I go around Drake and Baca says, yeah, some of these niggas don't write their raps. It almost like, even if Drake is right next to Baca, I shouldn't use Drake because Drake is like, fuck, all right, I'm around Kendrick. And say Dave Freeze like, yeah, I know some of these niggas don't write their raps. You might look at Kendrick and be like, wait, what about you? And it was like this interesting moment of like Al and Schulz kind of having a slight back and forth where, Schulz was like, well, dude, like I think Alex acknowledged that there are some comedians who don't write their jokes and they might have a team, right? Remember, I brought the topic into play. And I don't know, I only hear about the Kevin Hart thing. And I'm thinking maybe that's just normal now. Like, in hip hop, I think honestly having a writer in hip hop is normal these days. I'm sorry. But comedy is really a sacred art. So I brought it up and I'm like, man, a lot of these people do a lot of things these days and they have to keep dropping this and third. I'm pretty sure everybody has to have a great team, like even helping with jokes, right? And obviously Akash and Schulz is like, yeah, that would be severely frowned upon. That's like a no-go. We don't fuck with that, right? And what happened is that Alex kind of said, well, in reality, there's a few comedians that kind of do it. And he never named them. And obviously, and I think this is why they probably cut it out because, and I completely get Andrew for this. Like Andrew, like I could tell he took it personal. He was just like, bro, even you saying that will make me look funny. Like, what the fuck? Like, dude, like you can't say that without really flushing out that thought because that's like the highest fucking offense in comedy. And I remember like sitting there because I started this shit and I was like, damn, maybe I'm really a shit starter. I'm even starting shit in this comedy room right here. But it was like a quick moment. It's like a quick moment of like, bro, I'm gonna be honest with you. This is why I knew Schulz was like just a fucking, bro, he cares so much about comedy. Bro, he kind of looked like he was upset. Like he not upset, but he was like, bro, yo, this is like my fucking art, my nigga. Like, Like, if you're gonna even say shit like that, make sure you say, I ain't talking about nobody here. Make sure if you're not gonna call the nigga's name or whatever it was. And I was just like, oh shit. That was kind of like a moment. Somebody said, so they cut it out while you talking about, like, I don't know, like the fuck, right? It's not that serious. It probably looked worse on camera. I don't know. Because like it was fun before that. Somebody says it's called Town. I'm about to write some jokes. No, it wasn't upset. All right, see, this man, I shouldn't have fucking talked about it, bro. Y'all gonna make me feel bad about this now because y'all probably gonna try to get like it's not a thing. You know what I mean? What I'm saying is that in a room where we're joking about everything, like we're joking about transgenders and Saucy Santana, like a topic comes up that then I'm considering on some jokey shit, but it's kind of near and dear to the actual comedians' hearts in there. It's like, that's not, I mean, it could be a joke, except, I think Alex made a comment, which was just like, yo, you can't just say that about comedians and not fucking fully clarify what the fuck you're talking about. Like that's like a crazy accusation type shit. You know what I mean? No name was called. And by the way, there was no inclination or no type of thing that it was referring to anybody in the room, but it was just like, oh shit. Like that's some shit they really do give a fuck about. The Saucy Santana shit was funny. Yeah. When I went there, I figured, I'm like, yo, they're going to be killing me with Saucy Santana. I got to roll with some of the punches. And I think I did well. I think I did well.